street, I can't help but think to myself, what people are passing me? What if they're judging me? As I'm walking, I'm wondering, what are some of these things that people are thinking of me? Like, what type of stereotypes and assumptions are they making about me? I'm pretty young, I'm only 16. Because of my appearance of a teenager, mostly adults must assume that I'm disrespectful and don't know any manners. What about that boy over there? He looks like he's about my age. With my current generation's mindset, you would probably think that I'm an overachiever or maybe even a nerd. With my book bag filled and stuffed to the brim and my glasses, that's something he might be thinking. The stereotype that I loathe the most is that I might be undereducated. Some people will talk to me in a condescending tone. Could because of my race or even my age. I can't help how these assumptions are made, but as I'm walking, I'm smiling because I know I'm determined and I will prove them wrong.
Every morning, even though it's a weekend, my alarm clock always seems to go off. This is the first thing I always see when I wake up. This is my room. Kind of messy, but it's something. You know, I usually wake up, chill for a little bit, like make sure my whole body wakes up, and then I'll go eat something. I also like to look out my window in the mornings, see how the day's going. It's pretty good weather today. I claim this is the place I was born. Well, born and raised. I used to come here like every day after school when I was younger. And I actually lived here for about half a year from my sophomore year in high school. There's a lot of history back here. We used to play basketball right there on the courts. What you see right here is my favorite place in the world. I shared some of my greatest memories out here. Had my best times out here. We used to play kickball over here. That's the home plate. First base is somewhere over there. The pole is second base. Third base was this porch that I'm standing on right now. And then we just run back home. We have cookouts over here. That's the grill. Garden that my grandmother used to, not my grandmother, I apologize. My great aunt used to, grow stuff and until she, well, it was well before she passed away, but now we have a gardener there doing all this stuff. It's also quite fun to be back here because of the fact that, it's really mellow back here. It's like one of the quietest spots in town, I say. Like, I could just sit here, look at the trees, there's a bunch of squirrels that run by. I could always just concentrate back here. Sometimes I write raps back here, or just like chill back here to pass the time. I feel like my neighborhood just has been going through some crazy things. Lots of shootings. I heard about the 30th homicide lately, and we just had a Sunday pass that it was like 5 shootings in one day.
On my way to school. I'm going to the bus stop now. This is my cousin.
You doing this again, Asada?
Yeah, I had to.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay, so we're waiting for the bus stop.
Ready for the bus treatment.
Nothing. Yeah.
What is this?
It's your plate.
I feel mad pressure. I don't know if I turned my head and she did it.
Can I ask you guys a couple of questions?
You can ask. Oh, stick. What'd you ask?
Okay, so have you been directly affected by gun violence in New Haven? Have you had somebody?
Do we have to talk about this? That's real personal, yes.
Excuse me, point over here.
No, I'm not done yet. Yes.
Uh-huh. Can you talk more about it?
Just go. My cousin was shot and killed. Okay, go to her.
Mimi, have you been directly affected by gun violence
Let
in New
me
Haven?
think. Yes. By somebody that I knew.
Yeah, somebody that you knew.
Yes. This guy got killed right in front of my street. He like died on my lawn.
My little cat. I guess she wants to get in the house. This is my house. I'm from New Haven, so a lot of things you hear around here is this kid got shot, this kid got stabbed, this kid's in juvie, or this kid's in prison. When I reflect back to my teenage years, that's all I have. My friends or people I hang out with, they're too young to be going through this, and they're being exposed to a lot at such a very young age, and I don't think anybody should go through this.
My biggest fear related to gun violence would be getting shot, because I don't want to go down as the person that got shot because of some beef or because I looked at somebody wrong or because I stepped on somebody's shoes.
I seen my cousin, he was holding his stomach and there was a lot of blood running out, and he was like walking out because everybody ran, and then he was walking out alone, and you know, he looked at pale, he barely could walk, and so I ran to him and grabbed him, and then he couldn't even say a word, he couldn't say anything, so he was just holding his stomach and blood was coming out of his mouth, and like it was a very that one was a really hurtful experience. I didn't even know how to react. I just screamed for help. And later the ambulance came, but he died on the way there. But to hold him in my arms and see him die by each second of the pain and all the blood getting on me, and just seeing my family, like gun violence period, it's just it just saddens me, and
Guns are popular in the communities because people think that guns solve the problem. They think that if they kill the person, their problems go away. And that's not true. It actually makes the problem worse. Because
people would pick up a gun because they're afraid, because they want respect, because they feel like, all right, I got a gun, let's go.
So we're learning about masks. My mask probably would be that nothing bothers me. When inside, stuff kind of really does, because I may appear as the person that is just, okay, whatever, I don't care, but I really have feelings. Stuff really affects me to the point where I kind of am like deeply affected, and it's kind of like people are just like, oh, why can't I be like you, nonchalant? I'm really, and it's kind of like they really think that the only emotion that I show is anger. I show anguish, I show happiness, I show surprise, I show a lot of different emotions. I'm like an animated cartoon character. And the fact that people feel that I'm emotionless kind of hurts, because I do have emotions.
Masks are very important because those are the things that we put over our face to be other than who we are. So we talked a lot about anger and we talked about rage. That's a mask that's put on to defend ourselves.
I guess anger is something that builds up inside of you, an emotion that you get when you're so mad. It's hard to describe. It's when you're so upset with something and you want to do something about it. Most of the time it resorts in violence all the time.
What is your favorite memory ever from childhood? My favorite memory from my childhood would likely have to be when I was 5 years old. It was my 5th birthday party in the back of my house. My family came over. I was in kindergarten, so I really didn't make too many friends, shy. I had an orange bounce house, and I had on jean shorts and a random orange shirt with Tigger slippers. Personally, me, am I angry? I bottle up a lot of things, so there's a lot to be angry about. For example, over the weekend, a situation happened where my father wouldn't let me stay over a close friend's house. And I did take it a bit over extreme, and I got mad really quick, and for some reason everything from my parents' divorce to all the arguments I'd get into with either of them just brought back so many memories, and it really just got me mad and angry, and I began to flip out, and I got into an argument with my stepmother, and it was just a mess. And I think it shows a lot for people around my age who are mad, and just older people or anybody who's angry. A lot of people have a tendency of bottling up their issues, and it just shows that like any little problem or issue, somebody can just explode and just release all this stress and everything else. And I think it's the worst way of trying to keep yourself, just content, of bottling things up. I think when there's a problem, you need to talk to somebody, because you can end up like my situation, just saying things that you don't mean, and just blowing up and taking things from every single issue you've been through and just throwing it at somebody or throwing it at yourself and blaming yourself, and it's just honestly the worst feeling.
It's an emotion, a feeling that you have, and usually it's caused by a reaction or another cause or something that's happening around you. I have to say it's a very powerful emotion because it's the most common and the strongest emotion. My radio is like my prized possession. It's like the only thing that keeps me busy when I really have nothing to do. When I can just listen to music. you know, that's my grandmother's birthday present, because tomorrow she's turning 93, and that really excites me, and I'm proud of her. I don't think it's the best time to live in because of the economy and all this violence, all this gun violence in New Haven and stuff. It's not the safest time, and it's really, really bad that, you know, some people have to worry about their children, or their children have to worry about how long they're going to live.
Sometimes, you know, people, you know, don't choose to say words when they release everything. They pick up objects, they throw tantrums, they knock things over. You know, for example, you know, all the shootings that we've had, people pick up guns, and they just do things at other people who are so innocent, but they're just so angry. All they see is red, you know. And it's really sad that people choose to show their anger that way, but, you know, for my part, it's how we grew up. It's the way that you were raised, to talk to people or to bottle things up, and it's how it is.
I guess mine would be is to get out in the community with the youth and see the things that they are going through, and stop throwing the kids under the bus, telling them that they're no good before they go out the house in the morning. You understand what I'm saying? If they go out the house in the morning and you screaming at them, or if they see, when you see in the street, you know, old people, they cover their stuff up and they look at you like you're a certain type of way because you look a certain type of way, then, you know, it will stop leading the youth into doing things that, you know, they